Hello, good morning, and welcome to phase 2 of Never Not Sailing. We have our mainsail and we're setting off from Port Lincoln today. We're going to have a run of sails for the next week till we get to Streaky Bay. We're going to go to a couple of national parks, we're going to go to a little island, and we're going to be off the grid mostly, so no reception. Hopefully we don't have a situation like we did in West Cape. Don't mention West Cape.
Old-fashioned autopilot. Just put the clamp on.
Where?
There.
Oh, right. With Lincoln receding in the background, and I was going to say a coffee in hand. What's the plan today, mate?
Short little sail, get our water legs again. Although I'm not sure we'll get our water legs sailing on glass, but hopefully we get some sailing in.
Certainly nice last night at anchor.
Oh, absolutely. It was a good spot to anchor. But yeah, we'll head down the coast to Memory Cove. Hopefully we find some wind shortly so we can calibrate the wind meter properly.
And then the most exciting part?
Mainsail back on.
You!
Woo!
We're heading south 22 nautical miles to a little anchorage in the Lincoln National Park called Memory Cove, known for its crystal clear blue water and white sandy beach. So what have we achieved in our week in Lincoln?
Well, we got our battery charger situation sorted, so right now our battery should be charging, even probably just a little bit because we're not going too quick.
While the engine's on?
While the engine's on.
Which wasn't happening, which is what the stitch up was in West Cape.
Correct. So we've got some charge, and it's a pretty light wind day today, so, and the wind's going to be on our nose, so we should get some good charge there. We got the mainsail operational, and not with a dodgy fix, but with a genuine part. So the mainsail can start being used, which is brilliant. We got the wind speed and direction calibrated on our wind meter.
We just did that.
Few trial and errors. I think we were reading the wrong instructions to start, but we've got that sorted now, and that's looking pretty good. And then finally, the Iridium Go was our last concern before crossing the Bight. Took it into a computer shop. I was showing the guy the issue that we had, and as I was going through, see how my phone can't connect? My phone bloody connected. It was ridiculous that.
So for those who aren't in the know, Iridium Go is a fancy internet situation, isn't it?
Satellite hotspot.
Satellite hotspot, so you have internet on your boat, but it costs an arm and a leg, and you have to get a special device to use it, which also costs an arm and a leg. So we got it just so that when we cross the Bight, we have something in case of a worst case scenario. And us being us, we got the Iridium Go before we left, and then it just wasn't working. We were testing it while we were sailing from Adelaide here, and it just wouldn't connect for a week, and we spent days on the phone when we did have reception to the help centre and tried resetting it a bunch of times and troubleshooting heaps of stuff, and so it just started working, which is an absolute bloody laugh. And what else did we do? I feel like we're missing something.
Are we?
The fridge.
Oh, the fridge, yeah. So I've been troubleshooting the fridge. Turns out the fridge has been over-gassed. That's still going to require a little bit more work as we go through. So,
like me after eating garlic.
Yeah.
Over-gassed, needing some work.
So yeah, only while it's on an on cycle can you look at it. So essentially, I'm looking at the cool gas line, the blue gas line, and if it's freezing up, I just need to release gas. So I've been doing that. I thought I did that well when I installed it. Turns out I didn't even come close. It was like a winter wonderland down there. So doing that, we've started to get a better operational fridge. So it's actually turning off as it's meant to turn off now, not just running constantly for 24 hours at 10 amps draw.
And using all of our power.
So we're in a better state.
So the fridge is supposed to get down to a cooling point, and once it reaches there, it's supposed to go into like economy mode where it stops using power and it just sits and plateaus at a nice temperature, and then once it kind of warms up again, it'll turn itself on. That's how it was supposed to work. It wasn't. And so we did some troubleshooting while we were in Lincoln in reception at the marina in order to do that. So that is another job that's done. So we're pretty much set.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. Famous last words. Let's see how we go hoisting the mainsail today. That is the next challenge, to see if that's actually working. Exciting times on Never Not Sailing.
Doo-dum, 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 doo-dum.
Are you doing Jaws?
Yeah.
They're going to have us for bloody copyright. It feels like we're going directly towards this lane mess.
There you are. You're meant to be. How are you feeling?
Yeah, comfortable. Because we're motoring and there's no waves or swells and weather.
It's overcast.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear by now that I am brand new to sailing and I'm out here on a whim. I'm eager to learn. I've done a little bit of sailing, but I don't really know. So I've had a little bit of experience, but we're trying to, now that things are a little bit more consistent and sorted with the boat, hopefully now I get some proper experience. But not so much experience that you then rely on me to do serious things. Waypoint arrival. Oh, it scared the crap out of me. Do I just press OK?
Yeah, just press OK. Alright, so.
We're raising the mainsail for the first time in nearly 6 months.
Alright.
4.3, 9 knots of wind, but we are sailing with our mainsail for the first time for this trip and in 6 months. She looks a bit weathered. She needs a good stretch. You hear that? Sound of not having a bloody motor on. Gorgeous, darling. So where are we?
We're coming up to Taylor Island. Owen Island and Taylor Island.
And how's our first sail, actual sail, not motor sail, going?
It's been going pretty good. We've been, there's a lot of islands around the Lincoln area, so we've it seems we've been coming in and out of wind shadows of those islands, so we get high pressure and low pressure areas where we get big gusts of wind, but the biggest gust we've had is about 17 knots.
But we've had to tack a lot, hey?
Yeah, we're basically trying to head straight into the wind, so we've tacked across the wind, added maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours onto the trip by doing that, but we've been able to shake out the sails and get a good sail in.
Otherwise, our other option was to just sail through it, motor through it, hey?
Motor through it.
And we've had enough of that.
Had enough of that.
But it actually feels like we are sailing. Oh, look at this lane! Oh!
You're not feeling it inside?
Yes, I am, but it's different out here. This is water. This is sailing. Finally. No dice? What has it got?
Lure's gone.
Lure's gone. Oh, great. For goodness sake. So that means that it was either tied on poorly or a fish ate it. Tyler Sims. Captain Woodsy. You're supposed to be perfect.
There we go. So we've got bon appetit to open everything. So
Perfect to me. We are here. Look at that white sandy beach behind me. And that blue water. Let's go have a look, hey? First time we've anchored, tended, and been able to go explore. This is what we've been waiting for. Lots of firsts today.
Lots of fish.
First anchoring and then taking the tender straight onto the beach. And this will be your first spearfishing endeavour.
With a spear gun. That's spear fishing before.
Sorry, spear fishing with a spear gun. Semantics. To cap off a great day, we're having Vietnamese noodle salad for dinner. I adapt the recipe from Jess Nguyen's lemongrass chicken recipe that I'll add a link for at the end. I begin by giving 4 chicken thighs a heavy coating of salt and pepper and olive oil. Repeat the process on each side, and this is going to create a great crispy crust when fried. Add the chicken to a hot pan face down and don't move them until they're ready to flip in about 8 to 10 minutes. Using chicken thigh ensures that it won't dry out in the pursuit of that crunchy coating. While the chicken cooks, add some chopped spring onion to a flavourless oil and fry for about 2 minutes. Add some salt in the process. At home, I normally do this in the microwave for a minute, but on the boat, we've only got the gas stove top. This mixture will coat the noodles later and stop them from sticking. When the chicken is golden brown, texture like sun, flip them and cook for another 5 to 6 minutes. Cook the vermicelli noodles for 4 minutes and then drain with some hot running water and put aside. When the chicken's ready to cut, do it into slices and then also prep your veg. I have some shredded carrot and lettuce, cut up some Lebanese cucumbers and have an assortment of herbs. I'm using mint, coriander and Thai basil. Then assemble your bowl. Mix the noodles into the spring onion oil and add the rest. I make up extra salads to have the next day with tin tuna, which is an easy lunch to have under passage. And then the final touch. This is homemade Vietnamese dipping sauce from the same gal, homemade. From the same gal who I got this recipe from. Oh, bleed a neck. Look at this bloody setup.
Pretty good.
Dinner with a view. Next week we say goodbye to our short-lived herb garden as we encounter some pretty rough waves. But it's all made up for once we get to anchor in the Coffin Bay National Park and take in some pretty spectacular views. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to click the thumb, subscribe, say some nice things in the comments and share with your friends. And we'll see you next time on Never Not Sailing.